Despite the growing attacks, you're recommending talking to these terrorists. I want to get Ajay Raj Sharma and Tarun Vijay. Tarun Vijay, to you first. It's still being recommended, and this is not a discordant voice coming in from the human rights activists. This is a voice from within the Congress saying, talk to these terrorists. Do you support it?
Certainly, if they leave the violence and if they promise that they won't get indulged into acts of terror, we must talk to them.
But they're not promising any such thing, Tarun. They're killing more and more people. Some 600 people have died just this year.
Yeah, unless they promise, we should be having a policy of tit for tat. We must be having a very ruthless, harsh policy against them and annihilate them. We must annihilate them, crush them, because they are the enemies of country. They are enemies of people. They are enemies of development.
Okay,
so
Ajay Raj Sharma, where do you stand? Tarun Vijay saying, have a ruthless tit-for-tat, harsh policy. They are killing you. You need to bring them down. That's the only language these terrorists understand.
Rahul, my suggestion is that in case they are...
Rahul, the way you construct the entire debate is wrong. It is a very...
No, it might be wrong in your opinion. We're giving you an opportunity to speak. Professor Bhadro, you've had your say. Let Mr. Ajay Raj Sharma speak. I'm happy to allow you more time to speak.
Rahul, media cannot create a situation of war.
Rahul, may I have a word?
Yes, just 1 second. Let Mr. Ajay Raj Sharma speak. Go on, sir.
Rahul, my suggestion is that in case they are ready to give up violence and arms for some time, there is no harm in speaking to them. But I have two important suggestions. One is that the money which is being used for development in the area, a major portion of it should be diverted for creating jobs. And all the youngsters who are fit to do jobs, they should be recruited either into paramilitary forces, police forces, and other government departments, so that we wean them away from the Naxal
But
group.
Mr. Ajay Raj Sharma, while what you're saying sounds perfect, I want to refer again to the report we broadcast tonight, which shows how the money that's being pumped in, thousands of crores of rupees, actually being stolen by the Naxals. Naxals themselves are telling us 40% of all our money comes from government schemes. The money is being stolen till the time the writ of the state runs over these areas. How can there be any development? How can there be any job creation, Mr. Sharma?
That is exactly why I am saying that you reduce that money from the development programs and divert it for creation of jobs and enlist the youngsters in the jobs that we create, so that their economic condition improves, their family members have some sympathy for the government. And a second very important point is, which I missed out earlier, is that their arms supply. This arms supply, I feel, to the Naxal groups is coming by killing of the policemen and the paramilitary personnel. So we must ensure that our weapons are not taken away. The senior people who are commanding these forces have to think about this very seriously.
Okay, you're saying they need to think about this very seriously. Now we're seeing, Mr. Rao, Mr. Chidambaram and voices in Raipur talking about a change in Naxal strategy, how they're reorienting their ground deployment. What do you believe now needs to be done? Do you believe the CRPF is proving to be inept to the task and we need to relook the forces we've got deployed on the ground?
Well, it is the job of the Home Ministry. They are doing very well. Let us understand first, there are no differences, as you try to tell me, of the Mani Shankar or me or Mr. Digvijay Singh or whoever it is fighting Chidambaram. Certainly not. There is our AICC resolution. We were all the authors to it, which accepts that it is a serious issue, must be dealt with firmly. At the same time, but, we have used the word but, it is not a simple state sentence, but it should be looked into from socio-economic angle. That means that when you analyze the sentence, semantics of it, you would find there is a problem which needs to be tackled, but if that problem throws up issues like this, we must deal with them firmly. That is one. So development and your issue of the security-centric policies are intertwined. They are one and same. But when you are talking about government, we must always understand it has two sides of a coin. One is governance, where the government operates from the Constitution or the laws made under the Constitution. So, if there is a murder, if there is this opium, if there is illegal extortion, law will take its course and government must
But the law has to prevail. The law has to prevail on the ground to be able to take its course.
I understand. If it says there is a democratic polity where we know how to punish a person, we do it. But second is, the more important than this, why is that it's failing? Because the political angle to it. How do we tackle this issue? How do we tackle this issue is, if it is a socio-economic thing, how do we go, reach them, understand them,
okay,
how
Mr.
do
Rao,
we become participatory development?